Hey, it's Pierre. I got a review today for you of the Titan Vendetta. This is the Titan Vendetta. We've got a very cool styling on this racket, kind of a black, white, and green color scheme with kind of a classic look to it with these stripes and stuff, and a closed throat conventional head. I heard about this racket. I've come across it, online before, but I got a message from a reader of Squash Source, Gary, who said that he plays with this racket and just loves it. He just thinks it's perfect, and so I was intrigued. And Colin from Titan Sports was kind enough to send me a racket to review. Thank you, and I'm very excited to tell you about it. I've just had a really long session with it just now, and played with it a couple days ago as well. And I just immediately liked this racket the moment I started hitting with it. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, I'm used to the conventional head shape. I like that right off the bat. It is kind of a medium-sized head. I've been for a long time using Dunlop Pro GTS. The Vendetta is slightly larger. I think the GTS is 470 square centimeters. I'm guessing this is probably 480, and it's a little bit smaller. Then another one I've been using, the X-Lite 120. It's a little bit smaller than the I. And what you can see maybe is that the Titan, one of the differences is the Titan has a very dense, comparatively dense string pattern. I think it's 16 by 19. 16, I think it's 16 by 19, and I believe this one is 14 by 18. And I'll put the correct info on the blog. But dense, normal, I would say. This is denser, and it compares to. The Titan reminds me a lot of my kind of favorite control racket over the years, which is this Dunlop Pro GTS. You can see maybe they're kind of about the same density, even though the Titan's got a larger head. You still get that same dense string pattern. So what does that do for you? Well, it gives you more control. The ball sort of stays on the. I feel like it gets more grip. It stays on the. You sort of feel it on the strings more, and when you have a sort of denser pattern like that, it has less rebound to it. It snaps back quicker. You can really you get less erratic shots. It's a bit more of like. It's like the trampoline is more taut, so you can you get more control out of it, and that I think that stringing pattern was a huge reason why I liked it, and then that plus the fact that it's kind of head heavy. I kind of hedged there because on their website it says it's even balanced. On Titan's website it does, but I found it. I feel like it feels head heavy, and I measured it back at the lab, and it was 37.5 centimeters, which I think the midpoint of a racket is like 34. So I think it's head heavy personally, but I really liked that. It's one of those rackets that you just feel like you're just slicing a nice arc through the shot. And it just kind of gives you. There's not a lot of riskiness to it. It would not be a good racket for Rami or somebody. There's not. It's hard to just sort of do flick with this racket. It's better for setting up nicely and kind of carving out a nice shot. I really especially liked it in situations where maybe maybe I was in the back of the court and kind of a little bit scrunched, and trying to kind of carve a ball out of like off my hip sort of, and it really felt like I could really put a lot of pace and control on it, even from some awkward stances. It really, the slightly bigger head gave it a little bigger sweet spot, but I felt once I hit that, I really felt like I could keep it tight to the walls. And it was like the minute I took it out of the wrapper, felt like I was hitting shots, nice controlled shots down the wall. And then on the short shots, you get. It took more getting used to. I've been kind of in a bit of a habit of wristing some shots. I had to really work to get my racket up a little bit, which is good for my deception, but that's one place where, if you're used to something lighter, you need to kind of work to get your racket up so that you can come down through it, and that actually gives you a nice shot. Sometimes I have a tendency to kind of just push the ball a little bit. This gives you some, this kind of forces you to get your racket up and gives you a little momentum, which is actually helpful once you get used to it. What else? Yeah, so just because I've been switching from a kind of medium balance racket or tiny bit, maybe head heavy, to this one that's a little bit, this is 140 grams, by the way. So kind of a medium weight racket. So by like the fifth game, I was getting a little tired. I haven't been used to kind of the head heavier racket. So it'll take a little bit of getting used to, but I really took to it right away. I really enjoyed it. Aside from the stringing pattern and the head heaviness of it, I feel like the shaft is pretty stiff, and that was another. It contributed even more to that feeling of just a feeling of solid hits on every shot. It just felt like no matter where I took it from, I was getting a solid hit. So, one other thing I want to say about this, I am weird about my grips. You'll notice I always put what is this called again? Turner grip. I've only used it for 25 years. I always put Turner grip on. For some reason, it's the only grip. I've tried Caracal. I've tried everything. This grip was fantastic. The Titan grip. I don't know what is different about this, but I actually only played with it by accident because I didn't have time before I got on court to put a Turner grip on it, and it was great. Really tacky, and I've actually kept using it. Which is very rare. Every other racket I've ever owned has a Turner grip on it in the first day. So again, thanks to Colin again from Titan for sending me this to review. I'll put links to where you can buy it. It's Titan's. You can buy it on their website, and I think they can ship around the world, but they are based. It's coming from the UK. This is the Titan Vendetta squash racket.